Don't forget your bag. So I've restocked your provisions and your supplies. Kept your phone, of course, but threw in a few extra just to level the playing field. You got the right shoes on? Oh, you'll be fine. So listen, this is very simple. You have until the very end of the song to get as far away from you as you possibly can, okay? Okay? What's the matter? Thought you liked danger.
Everybody jumping out of their mind. Everybody going out of their skin. See, we get to the end, but that's where we begin. You feel it? Mannequins and we breaking the mold. Breaking out and we breaking the codes. Similar to the jack who stole to the depths in your wet, so you take explode. So get it out. Send your body to flight. Everybody got a target tonight. Everybody come along for the ride. All you studs and your duds and your ladies is fly. Grip the moment like you're gripping the earth. Feel a weight and you're feeling the girth.
What a freaking joke.
Now you get it, now you're feeling your worth. Fitness how you used to make when everything used to hurt. It goes. We're only here to make you go.
Guys, welcome to the channel. Over the past 3 or 4 years, Drew and I have taken a couple different experiences from Mitch and others to try and learn how to not die in different environments. Now, once we come out here to the XO Ranch, just outside Bozeman, Montana, you can see that the ground is very dry, the environment is arid, and suddenly everything that we have learned seems to not apply. So that is what we're talking about today, how to survive and simply not die in a high desert environment. Now, for those of you who don't know Mitch, we got Mitch back on the channel. Can you explain some of your experience in surviving in high desert environments?
Sure. So I grew up in Southern Oregon, which technically was a high desert environment the entire time, sagebrush all over the place, good dry dirt. And then we had to do all sorts of different desert and high desert survival training when I was still in the military. Everything from the dunes, like literally sand dunes, and building shelters and like hunting rattlesnakes and stuff like that. All sorts of different things, to just rocky, mountainous terrain with hardly any vegetation or visible wildlife to see at all. So we've gotten to do a little bit of all of it. We've also had guys that brought information back from training with like Bedouin tribes that just hunt water sources and how they do it, and bring those experiences and practices back to us, and we get to keep that knowledge alive.
Wild. Okay. Well, safe to say you have some experiences in this and you've got a lot of knowledge in it. You have any initial questions before we kick it off?
Nope, let's get into it.
All right.
Okay, so what's so different? I mean, yeah, it feels different out here, but what's different about surviving in an environment like this versus, you know, Tennessee, where things are lush and we can find water easily, all that stuff?
Nothing's really different. I mean, the whole goal is to maintain your life, right? So you have the same principles, you have the same priorities. It's just how you go about those priorities is going to be different. So we still have our 5 basic needs for survival, right? You have personal protection, which includes shelter, clothing, everything else like that, getting you protected from the environment, right? That's your personal protection. The other one is sustenance, food, water, right? How to sustain yourself, keep fuel going through, make the human machine still function just like you would an automobile, gasoline, oil, all that sort of stuff. You also have forms of communication, whether it's like one, telling somebody where you went beforehand, so if you do get lost and you get stuck in some place like this, they know where to look for you. That's a huge part of like starting off with communication. Don't just go off into the unknown with nobody knowing. That's a dumb plan. It also would include like signaling techniques, how to get people's attention, creating contrast environments like this and things of that nature. If an emergency was to arise, how do you let somebody flying overhead like know that you're here and you need help? So those are our first 3. The other ones that we also have are travel, like getting around in this terrain. You guys can kind of see like it's not the easiest thing to walk through. You guys have a little bit of experience in that now.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And there's different techniques and movement capabilities that we can do in order to make it a little bit more sustainable. You can do it for longer periods of time. and you can do it a little bit safer without having to worry about sliding down a shale rock face and just plummeting off of a cliff. So that's travel and navigation, right? The last one is health, medical, like maintaining injuries, cuts, scrapes, bruises, open sores, things like that, preventing all those things from happening and making sure everything is kind of put together and you're not going to, one, bleed out, or two, cause infections and everything else like that, trying to maintain your overall health, boo-boo kids, things of that nature. So you still have those same 5 basic things, and that happens anywhere you are in the world. It's just here we have to address it differently. So I use those 5 basic things in order to create a list of priorities. What is going to kill me first out here? You guys experienced it the other day, like the environment wants to cook you alive.
Yeah.
So your personal protection is of utmost importance in this environment. Your clothing choice actually makes a huge impact in this. What we learned from a lot of people inside of those Bedouin environments and everything else like that, if you guys see like the tribal people that move around in the desert, what do they wear?
Headscarves, long on their head and
that
face.
feels so wrong to us, right? Because you're like, why do I want to cover up and put more crap on my body when I'm already cooking? I want to vent this heat off. There's a reason for it. And the material choice becomes a huge portion of that. They actually lean into wools.
What?
Or cotton.
Because it retains the water?
It holds the water for an extended period of time. And the reason that they're covering up their entire body is because they want to sweat. That's why their diet and their food also consists of really hot, spicy things that make them perspirate.
Okay.
It's actually part of the body cooling process. Wool, also because it retains that moisture, and there's a lot of air pockets inside of like the matte structure of wool. When wind hits it and it stays saturated, it creates a swamp cooling effect on the body. So they don't have really close, tight-fitting clothes. It's nice and open. There's lots of air space in between the layers to the skin, and the clothing material is going to hold moisture so much more that when the wind, if and when it does hit, because in these open plains and stuff like that, there's a lot of wind. There's not a lot stopping it. It pushes through and it takes the body heat away, and that cool water saturated clothing actually cools your body down and brings it down more so you don't become a heat casualty. It has to be the correct materials and it has to fit appropriately. If you're doing trash bags in this, you will cook yourself alive and you're gonna die. So you have to be doing the correct portions of it for the right reasons. Otherwise, you're just doing the reverse effect. Remember, the effect and the result is what we're looking for. How you get to those results is up to you and the resources that you have available. So like wearing black, not a bad idea. Black retains a lot of heat, so that's why you see over there they use a lot of whites, but they have a lot of black cottons because it will trap that heat, make them sweat, and it holds the moisture, right? Same thing like flannels, not a horrible idea, but you're gonna sweat. Get used to it. It's going to hold that sweat for an extended period of time. And then when the wind hits and you're out of the environment and direct sun, you're going to feel so good.
Yeah, they're also wearing, like they're covering all their skin.
All of it.
Not just a t-shirt and shorts like, oh, it's a nice day.
Absolutely. And a lot of that is because they also want to prevent the UV rays from getting to their skin. They don't want to have cancer or anything else like that. They don't want to get sunburned. You guys were even feeling with the sunburns that you guys got, like it takes so much energy out of you. You can't work hard, your motivation goes down. So protecting your skin head to toe is one, a morale booster. Two, helps you work faster, and it prevents further injury and ailments. It also is going to require less water. When you're sunburned like that, you guys are probably feeling like you're thirstier today than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's because your body is needing to use that water in order to move white blood cells to your epidermis in order to try to treat the injury that you have sustained on your skin. So it's literally draining the water out of your body faster. So it feels wrong at first, but when you're going to be in an environment like this, have long sleeves. And cover up as much as you can. Make sure you have ventilation and the clothing isn't too tight. You need to have air to be able to pass through your layers in order to help cool you down. We'll go over how to build like different shelters out here and the concepts and theories of how to create air and space in order to make sure that you get good airflow through while protecting you from the sun. It's almost reverse of what we were trying to do over in Tennessee, right? We wanted to prevent the air from coming through and block out everything and trap everything inside. Now we want to let the air go through and just stop everything coming in from up top.
Okay.
So it's going to be the same principles and concepts that we're trying to do, but tailored for what we're experiencing.
Okay, cool.
We'll also go over how to get water when you can't see any around you. It's here. You just gotta pull it out, and it takes time, and the timing is key inside of it. And we'll kind of go over that as well. We'll also go over different nourishments and nutrition for your sustenance, what you can eat, what you should eat, and how you have to change your diet, because that is a big thing out here, is dietary choices. We'll also go over some of the plants that grow here and how we can utilize some of them, which ones we can eat, which ones we can't. There's some medicinal plants that grow out in these high altitude deserts, especially up here in like the northern US. There's some that are global too, that we can eat, that you can identify. If we don't get a shelter up, you guys are gonna have a miserable time. So we'll do that first.
Priorities of work.
That's it, man. That's all it is just go, I really don't want to, but this is the first thing that I have to do.
This Dirty Civilian production is powered by a few incredible companies focused on building capable, prepared Americans.
Night vision is expensive, but to celebrate America's 250th birthday, Steel Industries is offering some crazy sales. During the full month of July, you can save on everything from white lights to battery packs, helmet accessories, and yes, even night vision. There's nothing more American than owning military-grade equipment like night vision. And even better, you can buy from a company that supports your values and needs. Go to Steel Industries and hit the 4th of July tab at the top of the website.
Most people build their kit in pieces and end up with something that doesn't really work together. Wetworks solves that with a super slick plate carrier and the PF6 split front chest rig. You can run it low profile when you need mobility or scale it up when you need to carry more. It's modular, it's clean, and it actually makes sense for real world use, not just standing on the flat range. If you want a setup that adapts to your mission instead of fighting you, this is a solid place to start. War isn't some distant headline anymore, it's everywhere. Supply chains are fragile, inflation is hammering everything, and ammo prices are not going down anytime soon. Waiting to stock up just means paying more later, if you can even find what you need. That's where Ammo Squared comes in. It lets you build up your ammo stash over time, automatically. No panic buying, no guessing, just steady, consistent stockpiling.
Getting lost sounds fun, until it's not. Onyx Off-Road gives you detailed maps, trail data, and land boundaries so that you actually know where you are and where you're allowed to be, which matters more than ever now. If you're exploring new terrain, this keeps you from guessing and guessing wrong. From their web version to their app, it's never been easier to know where you are and where you plan to be.
All right, so in these high desert areas, these sagebrush things and other little plants, depending on like which part of the world that you're in, the vegetation doesn't get really big most of the time. Obviously, there are other situations like right behind us, we'll talk about that later. But if all you have is all this really low-lying stuff, you gotta use what you can get to, right? So what we're gonna be looking for here is either build up or dig down. And the reason for that is as you build up, you catch more wind. If you dig down, you get to cooler soil. So you have to choose which one is going to be more beneficial. And like sand dunes, digging down is so much easier. You pretty much build your own little like coffin shelter setup. Just dig down about 8 inches or so, get down to nice cool sand, and then you just sleep inside of that while you have it covered up top.
I usually have a still suit on whenever I'm in the desert, but that's just me.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
You can go to Dune and do your thing. You
Okay.
know? So that's what we're doing in the sand dunes. Here, we can't really do that, so we have to either build up, or if there's not a whole lot of material to it, you just gotta deal with what you have. If you're working hard, you're wasting water. Same thing with your still suits.
It's true.
It's a thing. So like how you work and when you work has to change. You can't just like knock it out sweat your butt off like you do inside of Tennessee and Arkansas and everything, because like water's everywhere. Here, it feels wrong, but you have to work slow and calm and almost in the most lazy way that you can possibly do it to conserve energy.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Right? So you have to take it easy. The other part is like the times of day that you work. You never want to be, oddly enough, working in the time of day that we are right now, unless you absolutely have to, because it's the hottest pouring time in the day. I'm going to waste the most amount of energy. I'm going to lose all of my water just by working in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove a lot of this brush from the center area, so we've got room for us to be inside of here. And it's just as simple as like reaching down, grabbing onto some of this sage, twisting it up, and pulling it out of the ground. We're gonna save this off to the side for later, but we just need it to be enough where our body can fit inside of this channel. If there's like sticks and stuff like that in the way, just pull it off.
So you're not really trying to clear a big space. You're trying to keep it.
Yeah, keep it small, keep it compact, work as little as possible. If I had a whole bunch of people, I would have to like prioritize, do I have enough material to make something big for everybody? Or do I have just enough to make small ones for each individual? So some of this sagebrush, if you're like, oh, what about paracord? You can't have paracord in the woods. This sagebrush stuff, I can loosen it up with my palms and create fibers. And you can just do standard 3-strand braid with all this long fiber stuff that's out here, and you get really good cordage. There's a technique for like pairing those loose strands together to extend it to make long pieces of cordage.
Wow.
And it's just splicing in stuff. I've got some paracord that I did that with in order to increase the tensile strength of it as well, so it can actually support my weight during rappelling and stuff. Perfect size. You can lay down inside of it. Covers you up, got entrance, exit. Good to go. Other things, same sort of principles. What were some of the things that we wanted to look out for in Tennessee when we were building the shelters? You guys
Ants,
remember?
bugs.
There it is. Other living things, right? The other thing you also notice is like underneath all this shade already, it is colder, and you can already see more vegetation down here, which means if we wanted to, we could dig further down. There might be water eventually, but highly unlikely. You'd have to go really, really far. And we'll talk about how to find actual water sources out here a little bit more later. Right now, we're just gonna try to get us out of the sun. First thing, already got it cleared out. Second thing, gotta cover it up, right? Tons of different ways of doing that. You can put a trash bag, cool, that gets you out of it. Stops the sun from coming through. Ideally, what we want to end up doing is having 2 layers of material. The first layer is just going to be, oh, here's another snack. You want that, guy? Sure. The first layer is just going to be creating space and separation. The top layer needs to actually be UV protection, preventing the rays of the sun from coming all the way through. Not bad, right?
Very citrusy, like you said.
We want a 2-layer system. With those 2 layers, we also want to have separation between those, which is why we're saving all this extra material and everything, because we're going to use it to create a layer system between our 2 levels of material that we're going to have.
You're trying to not create insulation. You're trying to create airflow between the 2.
I'm trying to create loft so things can blow through it and cool both layers off at the same time.
Makes sense.
That way, it actually radiates cool air down to me as opposed to just trapping everything in.
Okay.
And like the initial layer, if I didn't have enough time to put 2 layers up, like just draping this over and it's almost the same sage color, and you can hide underneath that thing. And from up top, it's well shaded. It's already gonna be colder. It's gonna be way better than absolutely nothing. But it also gives us like some good points for loft. If we just drag this out a little bit or use some like jute ties that are on the side of it, I can make it a little bit more taut on the sagebrush, and then we get more space underneath. I'm not worried about hiding with this right now. I'm just worried about it getting me out of the environment, out of the elements. And then once it gets us up and out, then I'm gonna start covering it up with other things that are gonna create space.
You can just tie knots with sage.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, the fibers in sagebrush are very strong, and they like to pull off in really long strips.
So does this, what you're putting on top, not create insulation?
No, not at all. Because for dead airspace, wind can't pass through the side. I am intentionally making things that at all angles from this thing, the air can pass through it. Which is the other benefit behind like this stuff, is because it's almost like a jersey material.
Yeah.
It's very porous, there's lots of holes in it. It allows air to move through it really, really well. Which for this purpose and what we're doing is great. That's exactly what we want. But we can take more, just kind of stack it on top, and that's a good start for us, right? The other thing, and this is again like one of the things I always keep in an emergency med kit, survival kit, or anything else like that, these blankets, they got different colors, like choose your pick, I don't care. This was just a cheap one off of Amazon, and it works. We can tie this down on the corners as well. And this is what's actually going to be creating like a UV light barrier. So it prevents the sun rays from going all the way through. It protects the skin. You could strip down underneath this thing. It'll keep you protected. And in an emergency, that's a good signal.
Yeah, it is.
This is super reflective.
It's hard to look at.
Yeah, you guys can already see like the air is naturally catching underneath this thing and lofting it up a little bit as we're going through. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Get in there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Already colder, isn't it?
Already cooler.
What do you think the temp is inside of there?
I don't know, like 70.
As opposed to the 90 out here.
So in essence, when I was doing the last episode of filming with you guys, this is kind of what I did, but in a very obscure way, so it was masking my position. Something that comfy for 6 hours waiting for you guys as you were suffering.
Yeah.
Like, this is where you take your rest, and this is the time of day where you take your rest. This is the concepts that we're talking about with heat transfer, right? You have convection, which is the wind blowing through and taking our heat away. We want convection here. We want the wind to pull our body temperature away from us. You have conduction, which is your physical contact to a surface that pulls heat away, which is what we're doing. We're getting directly on the ground. We're letting the earth in a cool environment pull our body temperature out of us. The other one is evaporation. Letting the water from our body pull the heat away from us as well. It's difficult in this one because with evaporation, we want the moisture to stay with us, which is why we layer our clothes differently. We want to be sweating, but we want our sweat to be contained and being utilized, not wasted, right? Just like the still suits, right? It traps the water and still it's not wasted, it's being utilized. Same concepts. All of that stuff still applies here. One of the things that we do want to do with our body and how we just function in general to keep water inside of our body is change how we breathe. If you're a mouth breather out there, you're dying faster, just in general.
Mouth breather.
Breathing through your nose actually saves moisture. You get less dehydrated and you will live longer. It's just a fact. Statistics state that if you breathe through your nose, you will live longer. And that's especially important here because as you breathe out of your mouth, all of the moisture from your saliva is leaving.
So you said this was kind of this is the cheaper shelter, right? This is the quick and dirty, just throw it up.
Yeah, it's the exact same concepts and theories throughout all of it. It doesn't matter. Now, granted, this RELV stuff, not cheap. Right? It's expensive. But you can do the same thing with 2 things of Mylar. And it's cost you maybe $1.
Right.
In order to build. It takes you about half a minute to put up.
Yep.
Super fast, super cheap, fits inside of your pocket, and you can get out of the sun and rest for the entire rest of the day.
Okay. So what if you had a little bit more time or a bigger tree or bush or plant to work with? Because there's a lot of this sage that's only a 1.5 feet off the ground.
If I have the time and pick, I'm going to something that I know is going to have moisture and I know is already going to be colder.
You want to go show us what that looks like?
Absolutely.
Cool.
So if we have time and we have the energy and capability to do it, I always want to find a better location that's going to make less work and better circumstances or a better situation overall. I want to find areas where I know there's going to be more moisture. Just naturally, they're going to collect in different areas. Easiest way to do it is if you're just looking at a map and trying to figure out where to find them, find the drainages. The topography is going to be doing the exact same thing that it does everywhere else in the world. Where there are low-lying areas, gravity's fun, water's going to collect there. The difficult part is that in true desert environments, when it does rain and like monsoons hit, you will die if your shelter is inside of a natural drainage. If you were to build your shelter in the middle of all of this and it rains and all of the water comes directly into this drainage, it will flood you and it will take you with it.
So if you're selecting a site, you need to be careful with,
Yes.
I would like a drainage ditch to a degree, but you need to be careful with
Correct.
what that means.
Yes, you don't want to have it in the middle of the biggest drainage available, because if it were to hit monsoon time frame or the rains come and hit, and they hit hard because it doesn't filter through the ground really fast. It kind of sits on the surface and just flushes. We don't want to be in the biggest flush channel there is. But I still want to use some drainages. So that's where micro terrain kind of comes into play. Like right here, where we found this really cool mini drainage. Water's going to naturally collect down in there. And we can already see just by the coloration of the vegetation and the size of it, there's more water there. Just naturally it collects there more. It's more abundant. The vibrant green that you get here, as opposed to like the half dead sage color, also a huge indicator that there's more water. Bigger plants, broader leaf plants, things of that nature, those are all indicators that like there's water here and there's water there. It's going to be colder as well, because it's the same thing that we talked about finding water. It's going to pull heat out of the air, and those low-lying water, standing water areas are naturally going to be colder. If we get into places that are heavily vegetated as well, we'll also start feeling the air temperature drop more. So instead of like just burying ourselves down in sagebrush, if I can go here, I'm gonna go here instead. It's gonna create less work, it's gonna be even colder, but I'm still gonna build my shelter with the same concepts, same principles in effect. I just have less work to do. The sun's gonna move across the sky 15 degrees every single hour. We already know that. So it rises to the east, sets in the west. It has its natural arc across the sky. So we don't wanna build a shelter that's only protecting us from one spot, because give it time,
through.
it's gonna change, right? So we want to think ahead and plan for that. Block off as much as we can in the broadest direction that we can, so that as the sun is moving, we get that protection. That can also be one of the things as far as the site selection goes. If I'm in the northern hemisphere and I build my shelter on the south side of a cliff, I'm gonna get beaten with the sun constantly. And it's gonna be the hardest thing to like stop, because it's going to be moving across the sky, like we said, 15 degrees every hour. Now I have this huge arc of a shelter that I have to protect myself from. Whereas if I can find a different position, say on the northern side of a hillside, that hill is going to provide me natural protection from the sun as well, because the topography is going to block it for me. It's less work, less energy. So other things are going to give us, yet again, more positive affirmation and confirmation that we're doing a good thing in the right area for this. It's going to be other parts of the vegetation, like the moss that we found in here once we started cleaning things out. It requires a lot of moisture for that stuff to actually grow. It's also going to be naturally spongy, so sitting on this or laying on it is going to be way more comfortable than sticks and rocks and dirt out there. It's also going to be cleaner, which means your clothes are actually going to last longer. That's one of the other things about like maintaining your clothing, your personal protection in environments like this, is trying to stay clean. One, it's really hard to do. That moon dust wants to get into every last pore that you possibly have. And the problem is that when all of the fibers of your clothing get so saturated with dirt and dust and sand, and you move, it's creating friction points inside of the fibers, and it starts to break it down and wear it out, and now it's not going to be able to do what it needs to do. If all of the pores of my clothing get saturated with dirt, dust, and debris, it can't hold as much water in this environment, which means it's not going to keep me as cool. So staying clean is also a really important thing to do here. What I'm thinking we do is we use as much of this tree as possible, and because we know the sun is going to arch this way, we can block from here over, and if the sun's here, its arch is going to come down this way and set over there. So if we can block from here to between those two trees, this entire area will stay shaded throughout the rest of the day.
Nice. Sweet.
You might get some early morning sun from this way, but
that morning sun is not nearly as
it's
bad
not
as
nearly as aggressive as the late sun.
Right.
And maybe we want a little early morning sun in order to give us some like notification, hey, we should start doing stuff because you're about to get hot.
Right.
Right. So I would say we start from about here over in order to block it, doing the same sort of thing, same layering. We'll do this close to us that far away, so we have that same kind of barrier. Now, because we're building inside of this, we don't need to use material to create loft. We're just gonna have separation between the two.
Sure.
In order to provide airflow between the two layers.
Cool.
So the most effective buttons is either getting some of that moss or some of like this lowly soil setups where it's not going to puncture holes through. I take about a golf ball size of it, put a slip knot over top, cinch it on down. It gives you a good anchor point. And you can do that with tarps or anything else. Works the same. It's important not to use sticks and things like that for your buttons because it will poke holes through your material and destroy it. Way more room, way more protection, will fit more people. We get the benefits of both worlds in this one.
Yep.
Better location, better protection, cooler temperatures.
It was cooler just when we walked in here, even without putting anything.
Yeah, just the shade alone will drop the temperature a shit ton.
Yeah, you can see the earth has cooler temperature to it just by the color of it.
And that's one of the other things, if we really wanted to and we had time, we could grab some of these sticks like an improvised shovel and scrape it down to that dirt where like just putting your hand in this is already colder.
Yep.
The annoying thing is when you do that though, like we were talking about with staying clean,
it's so dusty and dirty.
it is so dusty and dirty.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna saturate and it's gonna get your stuff just gnarly dirty.
Right.
So there are times and places for it, but you gotta risk or weigh your benefits, risk versus rewards. Is it worth the squeeze? Make a decision and do it.
What's next on the list?
Water.
100%.
All right, so for the solar still, this is a kind of setup that we're looking to do. We need to dig down deep enough that we can get in as much vegetation as we can possibly gather with the limited time and energy that we want to be expending. On the inside, we built a little platform for our cup, and we wanted to make sure that the opening at the top is big enough that when the water condenses on our plastic, it'll actually drip down and get inside of the cup. So the science of what's happening, the heat's gonna come down, it's going to continue beating on this plastic piece of material. It's gonna superheat everything on the inside and all the water is going to start evaporating out of the plants, vegetation, and extra water that we have put into the sidewalls of the ground as well. If you have to pee, this is also the place and when you would be trying to pee. It's just coating the entire outside rim of this solar still. From there, you can use the straw, have it go into the cup. The biggest issue is if you don't have a super heavy cup, this guy can knock it over and then you don't get any water inside of your cup because it's not aligned to collect any of the droplets that are coming in. Ways to mitigate that, use rocks. Put it inside of the cup, try to hold it in place, make sure that it's weighted down because if it's not, you're not gonna be able to collect any water. We'll cover it up and then
check it.
We gotta let it cook. The other thing that we're looking to do when setting this up is the timing. Like when we collect this, we have to do it before the sun goes all the way down, because otherwise the ground and the plants that are in there, even though they're technically dead, they're ripped apart, they will start absorbing moisture. So we gotta kind of pack it all in. The other thing that we're looking to do is we need to create a weighted point right in the middle so that as everything kind of collects, it holds it in place. We also want to seal up all the edges and corners of this. That way it doesn't have any chance for the wind to come through and kind of pick it up. Pull the tarp off, and then we lose our seal. And then we'll just come back and check it later once it's done doing all its work. We came out and did these earlier. We ripped up a whole bunch of that sagebrush and we put it inside of a clear plastic bag and let it just sit out here in the sun for the last almost 5 hours now, 6 hours, something like that.
You could have let it
almost
even
10
longer.
Even. Yeah, you can leave it out for longer, but you can see it's doing the same thing. All of the moisture from the plant is evaporating out of the greenery of it and collecting onto the plastic bag. So what we can also do with this is we can take it and wring all that water out into a cup and you can drink it. We also did a transpiration bag. This is what would be considered a vegetation bag, just like you would at a grocery store. Like you put your veggies in it.
Yeah, your lettuce or something.
Yeah, and all the droplets end up collecting on it. It's the exact same thing. You're just doing it to collect water from vegetation, grass, brush, shrubs, trees, things of that nature around you. But this one isn't reusable. So once we finish this, we're not going to be able to reuse any of the plants that we are sucking all the moisture out of in here.
It's even coming out of the roots.
Yeah, if it's green, it goes in and you'll get water out of it. Side note, you're going to enjoy this. It is a concentrate of the plant. So if you're doing this with a poisonous plant, you are creating a poisonous concentration. So you have to make sure that the thing that you're doing it with is not a poisonous plant first. Otherwise, you're going to have a very bad time. So these guys, other lifetime hack. Drew Estel got so mad at me when I told him how to do this because he was like, what the hell, man? Like, I haven't been able to figure out this trick for years. Grocery bags, trash bags. Twist up the material till it becomes rigid and then just push.
What? Dude.
And it comes undone. Like, you don't have to struggle with it. You can double knot it, it doesn't matter. You just twist it because it's a little rigid and then you push and it'll come undone.
Nice. Didn't know that.
Life hack. There you go. All right. So there's all your water.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it smells potent.
Suck out. Whew, potent. But
Is that the hole?
yeah, that's it.
This is gonna get memed. Oh yeah.
It'll wake you up in the morning, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That's water.
When I was telling you guys that it tastes like a shot of tequila, I'm not exaggerating. It's very, very aggressive with the flavor with sagebrush. So that's a vegetation bag, okay?
Cool.
Transpiration bags look like this. All right, so with the transpiration bag, the difference is that this is a reusable process. I can reuse the same bag multiple times over on the same plant multiple times over. Again, I have to collect this water before the sun goes down. Otherwise, the plant will see this water and actually absorb it back into itself in order to keep going. So the timing is pretty important on this one. For setting this guy up, what we did, normal trash bag or veggie bag that you get at the grocery store, doesn't matter. Just make sure it doesn't have any holes in it. Put it over a group of green foliage or just leaves, branches, any part of the plant that actually shows green. And we're going to seal it off on itself. Make sure you don't puncture any holes into it or anything else. We also put a rock inside of the bag. What this does is it gives a focal point for everything to kind of go towards and collect down at the base of it. And then in order to ensure that we had a good collection point, I just used some of the extra quarters that we used to tie the bag off to anchor it down so that it would be off to the side as opposed to like this. So it's going to be a little bit easier to collect and reuse the water afterwards. Just pull it off that's going to still be really wet. And if you have a cup, you can do that, or you can just drink it out of the bag and reset it and go again. So
Get ourselves a cedar shot here.
it is so wet in there.
I'm gonna hold onto the rock and pour this out in your cup.
Do it.
Does that work for you?
Absolutely. You can kind of squeegee out all the rest of that water too. Nicely done. Again, water is a rare commodity and you don't get a lot.
But if we put like 10
If you
of
had
these
like
things,
10 of them on here, you get 10 times the amount of water.
that's actually good.
Right?
That tastes good.
Cedars don't grow that often in desert environments. Sagebrush is more common. If there's a cedar, that actually tells you that there's way more abundance of water where this thing is growing because it needs it to get as big as it does. So knowing that, it's not going to be as potent with the flavor and everything because it has an abundance of water to pull from. Again, because water is such a scarcity in the desert, the best place to store your water is inside of your body.
Yeah.
If you get it, drink it. Manage your sweat, not your water. This is kind of like scavenging, foraging, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's always going to be different for the local environment that you're currently in. They always have different edible plants, poisonous plants, things of that nature, what to stay away from. Universally, what we want to try to avoid, actually this is a pretty close example.
Thought you might want that.
If there are flower heads all coming from the same stalk, same stem, and they're all just right from the same thing, little flowerlets, don't eat it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the other one.
I was gonna give that one to Josh.
No. Like, for that, don't. Hemlock, water hemlock is one of those plants. Like, if you guys have seen or heard anything about, like, poisonous plants.
We have a
all
ton
over
of poison
Tennessee.
hemlock in
Yep,
Tennessee.
you don't want that. That's how you can, it's one of the identifiable features of water hemlock, is having all of its flowers coming from a single point on the stalk. So if you see that, generally I try to avoid it. Now, this could be a variation of a different plant, and it just hasn't grown enough to have multiple offshoots. So as a rule of thumb, I would see this and I'd be like, nope, not even gonna bother with it. But things that are universal,
I heard that.
It's a word now.
yeah, universally edible are grasses, like true grasses. And you can tell a true grass by its segmented stalks, where it's going to have multiple portions to the grass as it comes up, and they always come up with seeds on the top. So because it has stalks all the way up, think bamboo.
Oh, sure.
Bamboo technically is a grass.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a big one.
It's a really big grass, and it grows like grass. And it actually holds a lot of water. So all grasses, universally,
There it is again.
there it is, you're welcome. It's there now, canon, are edible. So that's why you see cowboys old time just chewing on grass stalks. They're just sucking the moisture out of the grass as it goes through. That thing just fell on the ground, didn't it? Just make sure that there aren't pesticides and stuff like that sprayed on it. But if you find it out in the wild, like, you need that stuff. It's fine. The other thing to note is like those grass stalks on the top, all those little seeds. Wheat, also a grass. This is what they would take and separate and shuck off, like so, in order to get your little leaflets and your little seed pods. So if you had a whole bunch of these, literally all over, you can in essence harvest your own grains, and as they dehydrate out in the sun, again, like harvesting time, just like you would with a farm, as to when you're collecting it and letting it dry out, you can separate the wheat from the chaff in this, and you could actually smash it up and make your own flour. Carbs, right? Same sort of thing. So same concepts, different way of doing it. You can also just take these and you can have like little pinches of it
And just chew it up.
and just chew it for extra calories.
Cool. Oh, here. I'll partake.
Yeah. It tastes exactly like you would expect.
Grass.
Yeah.
Tastes like grass.
Yep.
What is that little plant down there that you showed me earlier? And you're like,
Oh, yarrow.
you want to go to that?
Yeah, we'll get to it. There's also other stuff along the path that we'll pick out as we're going
Okay.
through. All right, so other things that you can look for, different weeds. If we can find some dandelions, I thought I saw some over here earlier. The little yellow stalk, or the flower heads of a dandelion.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, each one of those holds about 10 calories.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, so Again, we're meeting the same principles as far as energy conservation and efficiency go inside of this. We want to increase our calorie intake via carbs and reduce proteins. There we go. Dandelion right there. So that's 10 calories.
Well, you look different than the dandelions in Tennessee.
Well, they're a little bit more shriveled up. But it doesn't have to just be the flower head. Like there's another one right there. You could also do the leaves. All those are edible too. Like all the little parts and pieces of this. So you can collect a bunch of these weeds in essence, and it's an actual food source.
Like you wouldn't want to live off this stuff, but man,
No.
if you were like
You absolutely can,
if you were like a couple days away
like
from
this
camp.
literally tastes like a salad.
Okay, we'll be the judge of that. Yeah, it's a salad. The thing is, like, you know, if you're a couple days away from camp and for whatever reason your food went bad or you didn't bring enough, doing little things like this is going to make life a little bit better.
And it extends the stuff that you bought and brought with you, because it's usually shelf stable when you buy it. You don't have to like go through a whole lot of maintenance to like keep it going. This stuff is already here. You can eat it as you're going through, and you can supplement your caloric intake with the things that are around you.
Yeah.
Aggregate berries, which are the ones that have its seedlets on the outside of the berry, 99.9% of those are edible.
There's some over here too.
Multiple different stages of yarrow that you'll end up getting. You'll have the dried stalk like this, which this almost looks like what I said we don't want to be pulling from, right? Because what does that look like?
Oh, it looks like a bunch of flowers coming off of one stem.
Right. However, if you look really closely, they're coming off of multiple stems, and it splits.
Okay.
So there's multiple different levels to it for yarrow.
Right.
It's like a halfway between section. Yarrow's one of those really cool, both edible and medicinal plants, where there are medicinal features and properties to it that we can utilize, but you can also eat it. The other thing is, like, Native Americans used to use this as like a tobacco substitute. So they would take the leafy greens off.
And that's yarrow also.
Yep. This is also yarrow. This is just like the leafy stalk portion of it, closer to the base. You can kind of see it here. It's the same plant, just a different part of it at a different stage in its life. Eventually that tip is going to turn into that. But the Native Americans, they would take this and they would smoke it like in a pipe. And that was like a tobacco substitute that they would utilize. The other part that you can use inside of it is the roots. And you clean the dirt off, you'll almost get a purple color to it.
Yeah.
That purple allows you to know how potent it is on the base. The darker the purple, the more potent it's going to be. But you can take that, crush it up, turn it into a paste, and then it's a natural antiseptic and numbing agent. So if you have open sores, cuts, things of that nature, which it happens out here all the time, regardless of what you want to happen, you can turn this into like your version of Neosporin or painkiller. So if you have like a toothache, you can chew it. It'll numb up the side of your face.
Wow.
And if you turn it into a paste and like shove it into an open wound, it'll actually dull the pain, and like it does freaking wonders.
Wow.
Let me know when your mouth's numb, because that's always fun. Starts drooling out on one side. It'll numb you up.
Packed it up there, upper decky. It's doing it.
Yeah, yarrow's fun. Other ones that we could also have, you see the really tall, dried up stalks out there?
Yep.
That's another plant called woolly mullein. The stalk is really full of pith, and it's really dry and lightweight. It makes for a good spindle for doing like a hand spindle fire.
Oh,
You're
wow.
just doing a friction fire with the stalk. With that high pith content. That you can use for a friction fire, doing like a hand drill method.
Oh yeah.
The inside where it's all super
I still love
spongy,
picking this stuff out.
that stuff will actually hold an ember incredibly well. So if you're using it as your stock for a hand drill, that pith will actually start a hot spot for an ember really, really well.
It comes with its own tinder.
Yep, it's built in. Everybody's got to poop. eventually.
Okay.
Emergency toilet paper I have ever seen in my life.
It even smells delightful.
Dude, I can't smell, I just wipe butt sweat on this and nothing.
It's refreshing. I've never even thought about trying to eat it or seeing if it's like edible, just because I know I'm gonna collect it and I'm probably gonna wipe my butt with it.
Yeah.
Like that was my primary concern when finding this. I was like, this is the best nature's toilet paper I have ever found.
Nice.
All right, so if you happen to be blessed enough in order to live in North America, specifically inside of the United States, you have access to an amazing desert food source that everybody kind of runs away from, cactus. They are resilient little suckers that doesn't take a lot of water for them to grow, and yet they hold so much moisture inside of them. So these guys are prickly pears. They don't look like pears, but they are definitely prickly. They call them prickly pears because in the monsoon season, they'll get a whole lot of water and moisture really fast, and these little buds right up top will actually bloom and turn into flowers in the desert. Collecting and harvesting, because even the petals themselves of the cactus are edible. It's just all these spines get in the frickin' way. So I always like to go out with a multi-tool, regardless of the environment I'm in, but especially for desert, it makes it really handy to take all these little spines off. The other thing is you can grab onto it, cut through, so you can segment the skin, kind of like you're filleting a fish. So you don't have to pull all of the needles off.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
I'll wait till you get a piece. Well, cheers.
I'll give Chad some too.
Yeah. Old Chadwick over there.
Cheers. Cheers. Almost tastes like cucumber to me.
Dude, that's good. It's moist.
It's like a little sweeter than cucumber. And it has like the texture of like a chewy candy.
It's a phenomenal snack. Mm-hmm. So guys, the reason we wanted to do this video was actually for ourselves. We wanted to learn this stuff, and being that we were going to be out here in Montana quite a bit over the next few years. No, we're not moving yet. We thought it'd be great for Mitch to give us a quick rundown on all this stuff. So we hope it was as valuable to you guys as it was to us. Obviously, you could talk for like literally days on all this stuff, but is there any like kind of parting wisdom or parting thoughts about these sorts of biomes that you would like to give to the people?
Yeah, I mean, when we're looking at just biomes in general, basic needs don't change. To not be dead, you need to maintain 98.6. What's gonna stop that first? Okay, make sure that doesn't happen. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
Like, everybody overcomplicates and tries to invent the newest, greatest thing since sliced bread in order to make sure that they don't die, or the best survival kit out there. You can literally do this stuff with garbage. Homeless people do it all the time. Sure. It doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes the basic understanding of what's gonna kill you and how to stop that, and just do those things. So just, yeah, prioritize the basics, understand the principles behind things. The principles don't change. How you go about the principles is the only thing that really is gonna shift.
Cool. And are you gonna be doing classes out here for the gin pop?
In the conversations with that right now. Clay and I have been talking, so we may be having me with Agonic being brought out as some cadre stuff out here in the future, but nothing is official as of yet.
Okay, cool, cool. Final dad advice.
Shane, it's too hot for that.
So you take explosive, get it out, send your body to flight. Everybody got a target tonight. Everybody come along for the ride. All you studs and your duds and your ladies is fly. Grip the moment like you're gripping the earth. Feel the weight and you're feeling the girth. Now you get it, now you're feeling your worth. Fitness how you used to make when everything used to hurt. It goes. Oh my God.